Hey there, and welcome to another one of my cheesy YouTube videos. In this video, we're going to replace the front brake pads and rotors on this 2018 Nissan Versa. So let's get started. You want to set the park brake, turn ignition key switch on, and put the transmission in neutral. You're going to need a 21 millimeter socket. I got mine on my DeWalt Impact. 17 millimeter socket, 14 millimeter combination wrench, large flathead screwdriver, a decent sized hammer, and a C-clamp. The lug nuts are 21 millimeter. You want to jack the car up. Use the jacking points that the manual suggests and put safety stands underneath it. And the tire won't budge. The reason being is it's aluminum rim on a steel hub and they've corroded together. I've hit it with PB Blaster and let it sit for a few minutes. Okay, I got the tire off. The penetrating hole seemed to do the trick. I turned the hub like the car's making a right-hand turn. I'm doing the right-hand side right now anyways. That way I can get to everything. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, with my screwdriver, I'm trying to move this caliper and collapse the piston in here. That way, hopefully it'll prevent me from having to do that with the C-clamp once I get the caliper off. So I'll stick a screwdriver probably in here and I'll pry on it. I'm replacing the rotors, so I'm not worried about tearing the rotors up or scratching them with the screwdriver. If I wasn't replacing the rotors, then I'd be careful about where I pried from. Okay, I'll try to make sure that I pried it far enough. Okay, I think it's collapsed. Next thing I'm going to do is take a 14. I'm going to take these two bolts out. Okay, I got my bolts out. Caliper should come right off. And I just set this caliper somewhere. I could have also wire tied it somewhere. You don't want to put a strain. You don't put a strain on the brake hose. Now the caliper's off. It's got these little metal clips right here. They just pin into the metal of the brake pad itself. Save them, because I know my kit didn't come with them. Now the pads will just slide off the end. So they got little metal spring clips that kind of hold them, but they just come off. Now you got two 17 millimeter bolts in back here that hold this bracket, on. I'll take those two bolts out, and they're relatively tight. Bolts are out, the bracket lifts right off. Theoretically, the disc will come off. I'm going to give some love taps from behind and rotate the rotor as I do it and work it off where it's kind of rusted down here. That is why I said put the car in neutral so you can spin these rotors. On the wheels, I got my rotor on the wheel studs backwards just so I can hit it with a little brake clean. This one doesn't appear to have any oil on it, but sometimes they come from the manufacturer with a coating on them. You'll want to get that off before you put it in service. You want to hit the rubber, hit it with a rag too. Then I'm going to put at least one lug nut back on, shove this in place, put a lug nut on to hold it. If not, it's going to drop off where it's supposed to sit. Then I'll start reassembling the brakes. Okay, I got these two bolts in. Torque them down, whatever you're supposed to torque them to. I torqued them very tight. They do not appear to have any Loctite on them. If they did, they'd have a white or light blue or light red plastically looking residue on them. Also, if you were to smell the threads, they'd have a sweet smell to them. But these threads were basically clean. Now, there's two on each side, and I must say that this bottom one here, out of all four on the entire front end, its threads were black, and it was a little bit hard to take off and put back on. So I'm not exactly sure what that was about. But the best thing to do is look up the torque specification for these bolts and torque them to what they're supposed to be torqued to. Now, in general, if you're trying to follow torque specifications, or if you want to know what a bolt should be torqued to, you should be able to look up a bolt based on the diameter of its shank, the pitch of its threads, and possibly you might want to know the grade of the bolt, the hardness grade of the bolt. Then you should be able to go online and find a generic torque for a bolt. So, but these would be torque tight. And when you're putting on a bolt like this or any other bolt, it should spin on easy until it bottoms out. Then maybe the last quarter to half turn would be tight. If it goes 3/4 of the way on and then all of a sudden you're having to wrench on it because it's getting tighter and tighter, you've either got a lock nut that you're putting on, a nylon lock nut or a lock nut, or you're cross-threading, or you're putting something in a bind, or you got too long of a bolt for the hole. When you do run across that, it's time to stop and figure out what's going wrong, because you definitely have something going wrong. A typical bolt should spin on easy, bottom out, and then only get tight as it's torquing. So just keep that in mind for just a general practice. So I got this bracket on. Next thing I need to do is put the brake pads on. I got one lug nut on here holding it, and it's just finger tight. So I can make this move. So 2 lug nuts would be better if you really wanted to hold it in place. So next thing, I'm going to put my pads on. One pad has this little metal piece riveted to it. What this is a indicator, a wear indicator for the pads. Once it wears down to a certain point, that little metal piece is going to carry on and make a noise, and that's going to tell you to go get a brake job. Now, I like to put things back together the way they came apart. I take them apart and I pay attention to the way things come apart so I can put the other stuff on exactly the same. Of course, the older the vehicle, the more times it's been repaired, the better the chances are that they were put on wrong by somebody else. But anyways, this is going on the same way. Okay, this has got these little springs in here that the pad has got to push past. All right, so both my pads are in place. Now it's time to put these little clips back on. Got these little teeny holes in the pads. Like such. Something you want to be careful of. I'm not doing it. But sometimes it's very easy to put the wrong pads on. Put the pads on backwards to where the metal is against the rotor. So just pay attention to what you're doing. I can't say that I've ever done it. Now I'm ready for the caliper to go back on. It's got these two little sliding pins right here that I got to line up. I'm going to set my phone down so I can get the bottom one lined up at the same time. And then I'll put the bolts on. These you don't want to torque like crazy or break them. Okay, calipers are on. I'm about to put the tire on. Just a few points. First point, very important. When you get in this car to back it up or move it, you're liable to start it, throw it in gear, and put your foot on the brake. That ain't gonna work because you're not gonna have any brakes for the first couple pumps of the brakes because you've done collapsed your calipers. So you need to pump it a couple times before you attempt to drive it to push them pistons of them calipers back out. Second, when you're collapsing your calipers, if you've been topping off the brake fluid as your brake pads wear and your pistons go out, which means it's the fluid level in your reservoir is going down. When you collapse your calipers, that excess oil is going to pour out into the engine bay somewhere. So if there's any chance that that's happening, and also you can look under the car to see it dripping out, take a water hose and wash real good around the engine bay and everything below it, because brake fluid is very caustic and corrosive. So let me say it again. Before you put this thing in dry, pump them brakes a couple times. Make sure you got a good brake pedal. If not, you're going to poop your pants. Throw it in gear to take off and go hit your brakes, you ain't got none. That is a general thing about brakes on any vehicle. And most vehicles, you got to push the brake pedal to put it in gear. So that will help you catch it, because when you hit the brake pedal, oh my God, there ain't no brakes. Thank God, But older vehicles, it isn't that way, so be careful. Okay, I got my wheel back on. Anytime putting a wheel on or anything with a basically round pattern, you want to cross torque them. So what I did is I put all my lug nuts on by hand. And then I took my impact and I hit the first one. I drew it till it just started to push up on. Then I went across and I did it there till it pushed up on. Then I did this one and this one. So what you're doing is you're getting it to square up on the hub. And then I hunker down when I'm done squaring them up. Then I hunker down and I go in a pattern. That way I make sure I've hit all of them, especially if you're doing something that's got 8 or 10 lug nuts. It's easy to miss one. Okay, I want to get my brake pedal. Went down pretty far. Hit a couple times. This is actually a neutral. Put that back in park. Start up. Pump the brake a few more times. I'm going to take it for a test drive. Park in front of the house. And then, thanks for watching my video. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. And remember, if you love life and learn new things, go aimless.com.